Brought to you by Penguin.
Red Dragon. Written and read by Thomas Harris.
For mercy has a human heart, pity a human face, and love the human form divine, and peace the human dress. William Blake, Songs of Innocence, the Divine Image. Cruelty has a human heart, and jealousy a human face, terror the human form divine, and secrecy the human dress. The human dress is forged iron, the human form a fiery forge, the human face a furnace sealed, the human heart its hungry gorge. William Blake, Songs of Experience, a Divine Image. To begin to understand the dragon, to hear the cold drips in his darkness, to watch the world through his red haze, Graham would have had to see things he could never see, and he would have had to fly through time. Springfield, Missouri, June 14, 1938. Marion Dollarhide Trevane, tired and in pain, got out of a taxi at City Hospital. She had 2 quarters and a dime in her bag. She had a baby in her belly. She told the admitting officer her name was Betty Johnson. A lie. She said her husband was a musician, but she did not know his whereabouts, which was true. They put her in the charity section of the maternity ward. In 4 hours she was taken to the delivery room, where Francis Dollarhide was born. The obstetrician remarked that he looked more like a leaf-nosed bat than a baby. Another truth. He was born with bilateral fissures in his upper lip and in his hard and soft palates. The center section of his mouth was unanchored and protruded. His nose was flat. The hospital supervisors decided not to show him to his mother immediately. On the 4th day, the nurses moved Marion Dollarhide Trevane to a private room. Marion looked at the doctor when he started talking to her, his hand on her shoulder. When she realized what he was saying, she closed her eyes and did not open them while they brought the baby in. Finally she looked. They shut the door when she screamed. Then they gave her a shot. On the 5th day, she left the hospital alone. She didn't know where to go. She could never go home again. Her mother had made that clear. Springfield in 1938 was not a center for plastic surgery. In Springfield you wore your face as it was. A surgeon at City Hospital did the best he could for Francis Dollarhide, first retracting the front section of his mouth with an elastic band, then closing the clefts in his lip by a rectangular flap technique that is now outmoded. The cosmetic results were not good. The surgeon had trouble to read up on the problem and decided correctly that repair of the infant's hard palate should wait until he was 5. To operate sooner would distort the growth of his face. A local dentist volunteered to make an obturator, which plugged the baby's palate and permitted him to feed without flooding his nose. The infant went to the Springfield Foundling Home for a 1.5 years, and then to Morgan Lee Memorial Orphanage. Reverend S.B. Buddy Lomax was head of the orphanage. Brother Buddy called the other boys and girls together and told them that Francis had a hare lip, but they must be careful never to call him a hare lip. Brother Buddy suggested they pray for him. Near the end of his 5th year, Francis Dollarhide had his first and only visitor at the orphanage. He was sitting in the thick reek of the cafeteria when an older boy came for him and took him to Brother Buddy's office. The lady waiting with Brother Buddy was tall and middle-aged, dredged in powder, her hair in a tight bun. Her face was stark white. There were touches of yellow in the gray hair, and in the eyes and teeth. What struck Francis, what he would always remember, she smiled with pleasure when she saw his face. That had never happened before. No one would ever do it again. "This is your grandmother," Brother Buddy said. "Hello," she said. Brother Buddy wiped his own mouth with a long hand. "Say hello. Go ahead." Francis had learned to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?